Two brothers, one goal, $1 million. This is Road to 1 million. Let's get to work. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We're the Finance Brothers. This is Road to 1 million. We are not excited to talk about today.
He's excited every day except today.
Today. We'll go into a few things. I think we're going to hone in on Tesla, kind of what's going on with them. I don't know if any of you are in Tesla or watching that. It shot down pretty heavy today. Took a huge chunk of our portfolio, but still trying to keep spirits high over here.
Do you guys want to know how bad it is today? Mac said to me 5 minutes ago, should I just sell everything and start over? That is where the sentiment is on the road to 1 million.
It just hurts. It just hurts. But we'll push through. It's a long-term play. I keep telling myself that. Long-term play.
It's a
we'll
short-term,
go into
long-term
some
play.
crazy. I think Cade's crazy for this, but Cade sold some of his positions in a certain stock. We'll get into that and invest in another. And then we made a couple bad decisions. So this is a big mistake episode week. We're just going to go over all the mistakes we made because there's quite a few, at least on my end. I don't know. Cade, you might still be pretty happy with some of the things you did, but I know I did 3 things that I'm like, why?
Yeah, so we can give an update from kind of what happened since last episode. So I know what everyone's wondering, Yeti. Where's Yeti at? And Yeti
I don't
was
think
the
anyone
perfect
really cares about Yeti, Cade.
was the perfect trade until today. It was up. I was up 60% yesterday.
Yes.
And then today I'm now negative. You can see I just thought we timed it perfectly. To be fair, where it is today is where we bought in. So it's not
that's
like
where you bought in.
where it is today is where I bought in. So
Yeah.
it's not like it's been bad, but yeah, I was up 60% as of yesterday. But this is big money, and so 60% normally enough in most accounts. Most people hope to make that over 5 years.
Yeah.
Not me.
Not us. 60%'s light.
If I don't double, I'm not out. So we're still holding Yeti. Do I believe in it more or less? No.
No.
But I'm holding.
Why did I buy Yeti?
Another update why Mac's so depressed and everyone knows one of our biggest calls is the Tesla robotics.
Yep.
And Tesla had bad earnings and
Which I expected. I mean,
took a huge dip, which is a large portion of both of our portfolios. So that's kind of the down. Mac, maybe you want to get into what we should have done since I brought it up.
Okay, so we've actually gotten some feedback from our viewers out there. Shout out. Love everyone who's listening. And so we will no longer talk more about straddles after this episode.
No, we're going to keep talking about it. I don't know what you're talking about.
So obviously Kata made some pretty good money. And just a reminder, if you're just tuning in, a straddle's when you buy a put and a call option at the same price. So if it goes way up or way down, the option that you win on will win bigger and hopefully 2-3x, and then you'll lose 100% of the other one. But if you 2-3x on one of the positions, you'll have a net positive of double, which is what we've been doing. And I thought Tesla's earnings was next week. I don't know. I was looking at a different earnings and I just thought it was Tesla, but I was getting ready to straddle it because I know it's really not a surprise to me that Tesla's still having bad earnings. I think they're going to have bad earnings next time, and I will be straddling that time too. And so the reason why I'm so sad is not necessarily that Tesla went down so much. It's that me and Kate talked about it literally last episode, and I was just waiting for getting closer to earnings, not realizing it was today, and we would have made huge money. Like, if it goes down 20%, and we were planning on getting it, the day before earnings, if it goes 20% next day, that's an immediate 2x of your money, or 200%, which is exactly what we want, and that's in one day. And so that would have been a great trade, and we missed out on it. And that one hurt. That one hurt because we just knew after earnings this time on Tesla it was going to go way down or way up. depending on how it get. And I honestly thought it was going to go down. I did know that, and so it is what it is. And so we made our first really big mistake. I feel like here, because I think me and Cade both were pretty set in straddling Tesla before earnings. Like that was one thing that we were really looking forward to because we knew it would fly either direction after it because of just what's been going on. I don't know, Cade. Wouldn't you say that's kind of what we're doing? And didn't you know about earnings?
I wasn't planning on straddling. I think that's something
That was
you
just
had
a
in
me
your mind
thing?
that you never told me about. I
Well, we were talking about
probably should
straddling
have thought of that.
TSL.
Yeah, I probably should have thought of that, but didn't. But yeah, like I mean, I think from here on out we're probably going to straddle Tesla around because they almost always are up or down big based on the sentiment on earnings, and so
Every time.
that feels
Every
like
time.
pretty easy money. So moving forward, we won't make that mistake again. And then to
Nope.
go into my last move that Mac kind of spoke of. So I locked in my first doubling gain, NVDU. I had 100% return, doubled my money, and in light of it being big money, I thought, is it gonna double again before something else could happen? And I said no. And actually, I'm even having a new mindset. I'm thinking 10x. Do I think this will 10x? Because that's what big money. I mean, you guys have to understand what we have to average to actually achieve our goal is crazy returns.
Right.
And so my new theory is, do I think what I'm doing will 10x? And what do I think the time horizon is? I could be wrong most of the time. Right. I'm not saying I'm always going to be right, but I just want that to be my new mindset. So anyways, there's still a ton of buzz on SoFi. So I took out NVDU, tripled down on my SoFi call option that expires in
But
September.
you put it in call options?
Dude, will it 10x and how fast? Will it? You thought I bought shares?
Dude, you're the rogue trader now. Am I the conservative brother? What's going
But
on?
I did. No, the reason you were rogue is because you made an excellent trade. You didn't tell me about it. I told you about this trade. You assumed I bought shares.
No, you told me about this trade 5 minutes before we started recording this episode.
Is that true? Did I do that just barely?
That is
yeah.
Yeah. But
I always tell you
we
when
have
I'm doing
talked about I've always been more into my NVDU than Cade has been right now. Like we were both super into it when we got in. I was telling Cade, if you add up the math behind it, so just basic math here, if a stock goes double, it doesn't need to, like, if it goes up by the same percent, it's essentially like you're doubling the percent. So like say you invested at $50, the stock goes to 100. If that stock from there goes up 2%, your cost basis goes up, or you make 4% because you've already doubled your money. So I think in the short term, I still think NVIDIA is going to make a run to 200. And if it makes a run to 200, my NVDU will be pretty close to tripling. And I think that is going to happen in the next couple months. So that's why I'm saying. And
then you should buy a call option on it. That's what I'm saying. Will it 10x? Will it 2x?
Yeah, well,
will it 10x? Do you believe it?
I
if
do.
you believe it, then call option.
But if it doesn't, I lose all my money.
Okay. That's right. That's
But-
what we're doing.
Yeah, I know, but I like to go into options when I'm like super sure, or like like
But I
'cause there
think-
is a chance.
But that goes back to Mac's comment earlier, or what I said about Mac, where he was like, should I just sell everything and start over? I kind of feel like big money, we should only be making trades that we feel that confident in. And if you don't, why not just hold cash?
Until something like that happens, and then go all the
Yeah. And be
I will
ready
say
for
this: if TSLL from Tesla gets down to 8, I'm selling something and I'm putting it all in a call option.
I love that. I love that.
I think that's I just
Even
I
though
don't-
you just said you think their next 3 earnings are going to be bad, I still love it.
well, we're not in Tesla for their auto industry, right? And
Sure.
that's what the market's still pricing. That's they see, bad earnings in the auto. It's like, yeah, Okay, we
Yeah,
get
I
it.
even saw an article that today that said auto business sucks and robotics is a pipe dream, or like that was the title, right? Like, so robotics is not being priced in, which is our thesis.
Right. Which is and that thesis hasn't changed, right? And that's kind of where we're making our trades. Until our thesis changes, we're gonna keep doing what we're doing. And so if our thesis is wrong, that sucks. But I think we're gonna nail this one. I really do. I think this is gonna be our big trade. Like I really think our Tesla call option, I think it's gonna be dope. I think we're gonna make some big money here.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, you're right. I will get out of NVDU if I see another opportunity that will 10x my money. I don't see explosive growth in SoFi in the short term before Nvidia gets to 200. I just don't. That's just me though. Like I think it's a great long-term stock. Like I have it in my other portfolio, right? I just don't they don't have anything that's going to explode their growth. They have a bunch of streams of revenue. They're growing at a, expected rate. I love them as a company. I actually looked into them to see myself. Like it's just like Robinhood though. Like Robinhood's not the time to go into call options either, but I love it for the long term right now until something like crazy happens, right?
Well,
That's when you go into
Robinhood's
options.
10x over the last how long? 2 years.
3 years? 3 years?
2 years.
Something like
2
that?
years. SoFi has had a good run recently, but if they go on the same trajectory comparing them to Robinhood, I mean, then they could 3x from here. And what's going to happen to my call options if they 3x, Mac?
It's gonna be some big money for you.
It's going to be 10x.
Yeah. You think it's gonna when was your expiration date on SoFi?
September 19th.
September 19th. So, but they're not gonna 3x by September. Like what news, like what are they gonna come out with by September to 3x?
Dude, people are real excited. And now this is one of the downsides that people price a lot of things in, and a lot of people know, but they just keep beating earnings, and most people think this earnings, which it's on the screen, July 29th, they're supposed to crush it, and you start going up. But I want to see just on Robinhood, it took them from April 3rd to July 23rd to 3x. That's a 3-month span.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not saying SoFi's going to do the same thing, but I'm just saying if it did.
Yeah.
So stocks can and have, and it could.
Yeah.
And then I just
And then you get big money.
crush it. So, anyways, it goes back to what I was saying. What do I think is going to 10x, and how soon is it going to happen? And I think Nvidia is probably a better company for the long term. I think way bigger, whatever. But who's growing faster? Who has more current opportunity? That's what I currently think. So I
actually love that.
I could be wrong.
Do you have a crazy idea here? Let me know what you think in the chat. For all you guys, what if I sell all my NVDU and do 1,000 call in SoFi, 1,000 call in the hood right before the earnings? Are we pretty confident that it goes up?
Yes.
You're a little hesitant there.
Yeah. Well,
Maybe. What if I sold half? What if I sold half my NVDU because I've doubled? So I take out 1,000. I put 1,000 and I take out 1,000. So then it will keep growing because I still like it, right?
Right.
And then maybe what if I straddle? I'd straddle before earnings.
Straddling before earnings, you just never know. Like the hard part about trading on earnings, and we just talked about straddling Tesla on earnings, but Tesla's kind of a different animal. But I remember an earnings season a year ago, and Meta, disappointed, whatever, had bad earnings and went up, and Tesla had great earnings and went down.
Well, yeah.
So trading specifically on earnings is kind of a struggle for me.
That's why you got to straddle it. That's why you straddle it.
Well, I said I'm more comfortable straddling and whatever, but that's the hard part about doing it like purely based on earnings. Now, that's after me saying I think the earnings will be big and I think these are going to be big positions, but
Right.
if they're not, it's not like I traded right before earnings with an expiration date right after. I still have a lot of time.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think it's true. And I did learn my lesson. I actually had an NVIDIA call option before earnings and it was up. And then I was like, oh, I'm going to wait till after earnings. I think they're going to crush it. And they exceeded earnings by $2 billion. They exceeded it by like 10%. They expected 28 billion or sorry, like 8%. And they did 30 billion in revenue and the stock went down 10% after exceeding it. I was like, that's garbage. Your
Yep.
expectations weren't actually 28 billion then.
Right. They had
So
priced
it
it
is
in.
true.
They
It
had
is super
priced
tricky.
in a beat, and then they didn't beat good enough. So trading earnings is a dangerous game.
Yeah, super lame. So I don't know. We'll see what I do. You know what? I do. You're right. It is big money. Got to take some risks.
10x
Might as well.
Mac.
I'm just gonna sell everything and do all SoFi calls.
That's what I'm saying. No, hold on.
Grand.
Yeti calls. Yeti.
No, I'm out of Yeti. I'm one and done with
$7,000.
Yeti.
$7,000 all on Yeti. Go.
I'm
Mac.
not doing Yeti. I'm doing Oklo over Yeti.
Okay. That's a terrible decision. By the
Oh,
way,
bro.
Oklo has been super up or super down ever since I lost on that. So there's our one time talking about it in this episode, but its chart
Oh yeah.
is nuts.
Check it out.
I
When
mean,
was-
you probably
when was-
can't even find
was
the
yours more
week
than
that
a
it was
month ago?
flat. Dude, should I look it up so everyone can know?
Yeah, you look it up while I go over. So yeah. So I told Cade after the Oklo, I said I am going to put a put option on Oklo if it gets above 70. So I actually one of the positions I did, and maybe this is a good time to go into my portfolio for my update for everyone. Let me go into that for you so you can see where we're at. So I went from almost breaking 8,000 down to 7,200. So I'm still up $1,200. You know, can't really complain. The Tesla shoot down totally just murdered a lot of my portfolio. You could see that call option and the shares are pretty
That's
down
right. You own shares too. I forgot.
of Tesla.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm doing something wrong. Maybe I just do big money. You're right. You know what? Shares probably isn't the move right now.
10x.
Got a 10x mentality. Anyway, so my Nvidia's literally carrying everything. That's literally up 111%. My AMLD, I'm still pumped about this. They haven't shot up yet. I think me and Kate got in a really good price. Unfortunately, if we would have been just a slightly more patient, we could have bought on the dip this last week. That would have been better, but I mean, can't time everything, and that's fine. QUBT is going to be my flyer. I like this for a flyer. I know we talked about not diversifying as much, but I actually think that QUBT can be $60, and I think it's going to be in the next 6 months. Not 10x, but it is going to be 4x in 6 months, and I think that's going to be good. APLD, it's kind of just saving my own skin. I'll probably, if I can see another opportunity, they have earnings. Dude, everyone has earnings. They have earnings this week, so we'll see how that plays out.
It's earnings season.
But I did buy my put. It is currently down. I mean, Oklo's options are so expensive right now. So just a little side note for all you guys who are learning options, looking into it. Options are more expensive if you're trading more volatile stocks. So if you do an option in like Apple or Microsoft or the S&P 500, it doesn't cost as much because less volatility equals less risk. And more volatility gives you a higher chance of making it big. So that's why it's more expensive for someone who sells the option to you because they have a greater chance they can lose because it's super volatile. So like this Oklo call option expires next week and it cost me $300. The Yeti one, and this was way out of the money too. The Yeti one was out of the money and it was half, and these were out of the money and they were also way less. Well, the 13 was just super far out, so that was actually almost 400, but that's because I put 3 months out. That was why that. But like the Oklo call options are super volatile, which means the market's pricing into implied volatility means it's going to be flying, which I think is a good sign for purchasing an option, especially when I think Oklo's overpriced right now.
Unless it doesn't. So I looked it up. I was June 26th to July 3rd, and the price movement was 5% down. So my put was up, but not enough to cover. June 26th to July 3rd.
To July 3rd. Oh, you didn't sell right here at that dip?
Well, we do. Our thing was
Yeah, we didn't do our.
200%, and it was
Yeah.
like 40% or something. It wasn't even
Yeah.
close. So, anyways, but then part of the reason I lost so much money on that trade is because of what Mac just went over. They were super expensive options.
Right.
So I lost on the trade and then yeah, since then would be great to straddle it. So
Oh,
good for
honestly,
me.
yeah, forget Oklo.
I didn't believe in the trade. That's
Yeah,
the
we
bottom
didn't.
line.
We did believe. I do think Oklo's going to have a price correction. They just announced that they're partnering with a company, and last time that announcement came out, they shot up and then they shot back down. It's just really hard. I think it's just really hard to price the value of a company's partnership when you're not actually in operation, right? It's just like, okay, they partnered with someone to make stuff more cost effective, but they're still not operational and they're still not making money. So like, how do we actually price in that relationship? And so I actually feel pretty good that it's slightly overpriced. Because it shot up like 20%. So I think it'll get down to mid 60s, and I did the math, and that will be my 200%, and I'll go out. And I don't even need it to go up 200% because I only did a put. So a little less crazy. I didn't actually straddle this. I didn't get a call with it. I just did a put. So we'll see how that plays out. But yeah, I don't know, man.
Today's episode is to remind everybody we're not financial advisors. We're making big mistakes, big moves. And also, we'd love to hear from you guys. What is your 10x move? What do you guys think is going to 10x? Tell us. We'd love to see your ideas and
sure.
copy you guys, since copying us so far hasn't been a good idea.
Depending on when you came in.
Well, let me say this. Here's the thing. So your NVDU trade, you made 100%. You've doubled your money, right?
111. Yep.
And you felt great about it, and you loved it, and you should have done a call option.
Oh, 100%. I should have done a call option.
Then you'd be up, you know, 600%.
I should have done weekly call options and rolled them. Yep, 100%.
And rolled them, and because you believe, and that's why that's what I want to do, Mac. I want us to have the conviction you had in that trade. See, because you
have the same conviction in SoFi right now as you did when we purchased an NVDU. You have that same level of confidence of a run.
I think I'm 85% there. I'm 85% there. Where I am there. Well, but here's the other thing though. Am I more convicted in SoFi call option than I am in just holding shares of NVDU? 100%. But where I am as convicted as NVDU is in our AMD trade, which I doubled down in, if you remember. And that one I am feeling really, really good about, and I feel like I've done it the right way. So
So you're telling me I need to get a call option, and then because honestly, if I'm looking at the port right now, my two greatest things is my NVDU getting up. I honestly think my NVDU is going to get up to 150. I really do. Maybe even 160 in the short term. And then I think my AMDL, my double leveraged AMD is going to double. So if I actually think that you're absolutely right, I should get a call option.
What's going to 10x? How are we going to hit our goal?
No.
That's what big money's about.
I should have doubled down with you on that. We've
been chickening out on what this is all about. We haven't. By the way, we have not been playing it like super safe.
No, we're super safe.
All the trades we've made have been pretty aggressive, but we also haven't been doing what we're supposed to in this account. We are supposed to be willing to let this account go to zero, and neither of us have been making trades with that in mind. 10x.
Yeah, we don't want to be stupid and just like throw it in a penny stock, though.
But that's why you only do it if you're convicted. Yeah, and you could be wrong. Like, so if you're fully convicted and you're wrong, it'd just be like, dang, that sucks. But if you're not fully convicted, then when something goes wrong, you'll be bummed. But if you're fully convicted, you can get it wrong. Everyone does. We just need one to get right. If you would have got NVDU right, just that portion of your money would be $6,000. And had you lost everything else, you'd still have the same amount of money.
That's true. I mean, that's true.
I'm not wrong.
Yeah, no, you're right. All right. You're right. I gotta reevaluate.
New mindset.
Do think Yeah.
New mindset. 10x.
New mindset. All right. This episode titled Our Biggest Mistake hyphen New Mindset hashtag Big Money Actual Road to $1 million starts now.
Hashtag 10x.
10x. 10x or I'm not making the trade. Yeah, no, it's true. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Me and Kate are having a blast. I mean, we love, just talking about this, talking it with you guys. We hope we can include you more in kind of this journey to $1 million. And we honestly, nothing would make us more stoked than to hear about, if you guys are watching this, opened your own accounts and start doing stuff like this too. Like, and then we can
know what we'd love? If one of you starts with 6,000 and you get to $1 million before us, let's do it.
Yep. That would be pretty
That would
wild.
be crazy.
That would, dude. Someone just puts in like 3 years. Hey, I took your advice. That trade was stupid, but this trade was awesome. That would be crazy. But yeah, no, we're super pumped to keep this up. I think we're full head of steam. We're gonna have ups and downs, but we're pumped. We're pumped. So yeah, just leave a like, subscribe. Let us know if there's anything you'd want to, look over or any strategies you have. But with that, we're out.
Peace.